Welcome to Thoroughbred Action at Gulfstream Park. Brian Natta with you as we kick off another 3-day race week here in the Royal Palm Meet. 9 of them for you on a Friday afternoon. The Rainbow Six, race number 4, 125 in the estimated jackpot. And I'll let everybody know Sunday is a mandatory day as well. Let's send it upstairs to track announcer Pete Aiello for your course and weather conditions.
The weather, temperatures are warm. Temperatures in the low 90s here today with sunny skies. The main track fast, the Tapeta track fast. No turf racing on the card today. In race number 1, a field of 6, there are no changes. Racing at Gulfstream. Goes the Clown. The favorite was last to start. Moving out for the early lead is Karen Tan on his outside flat top box. Moving out the rail, Disattached is going to be part of the pace scenario today. In fact, Disattached holds inside ground and the lead in the run of the first turn. Karen Tan is now second. There can't be any pace on here. Up to the outside flat top box. Down at the rail goes Sunshine Frolic. Goes the Clown is in the red and blue colors between horses second last. Long Branch Lou is last of all. The opening quarter was just 25-1. Luca Panici and Disattached make the fractions. They lead by a length and a half. Karen Tan second. On the far outside, Long Branch Lou, 3 wide flat top box. Saving ground along the rail is Sunshine Frolic, and the trailer is Goes the Clown. They make their way 4.5 furlongs from the wire. It's Disattached in a nice rhythm on the top end and a bid to make all. He leads 3 parts of length. From between horses, Karen Tan up on the outside flat top box. Widest of all, Long Branch Lou. Saving ground, Sunshine Frolic, and Goes the Clown is last. All 6 in with the chance here through a 50 4.5 mile. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn, and now the pace quickens. Disattached working overtime as Karen Tan and flat top box make their bids. From behind the speed, it's Goes the Clown outside of him and wide throughout Long Branch Lou, dropping to last Sunshine Frolic. They reach the top of the stretch. They're a quarter of a mile from home. They went 3 quarters in 1:14-1, and flat top box has to deal with Goes the Clown on his outside. Karen Tan tries to fight back toward the rail. Down the center and Long Branch Lou, they're 1/8 of a mile from home. On the outside, it's Goes the Clown. Karen Tan fighting hard toward the rail. Down the center, Long Branch Lou. Goes the Clown for a narrow lead, and he's got it won. Cipriano Gill and Goes the Clown to kick off Friday racing, a length winner over second running Karen Tan, third Long Branch Lou, and then flat top box. 145 flat. And they're off. At the rail, Big Bob was away well. Out in the center, Air Force Royalty, and from between them, it's Superfight moving up. Superfight will get the early lead. At the rail, it's Big Bob, and now moving up to challenge for control, Guy's Trip. In the run out of the chute, they're almost 4 in line. Away fourth is Air Force Royalty, 4 ahead of Heretical, then back to Garincha, and Theo's Thunders at the back. 3 in line now, past the opening quarter. Out in the center, it's Superfight. From between Guy's Trip, along the rail, Big Bob. They went the quarter in 23-4. That's a pretty aggressive opening quarter for the level and distance. Air Force Royalty is at the inside and races in 4th. Heretical is underway while starting to improve. Garincha for company on his inside. And the one way at the back is Theo's Thunder. They make their way by the opening half mile, and now it's Big Bob who gives away a touch. As 3 wide, it's Superfight who has the lead. 46-3 for a wicked half mile. Heretical is running on very well. He's up into 3rd, soon to be into 2nd, and charging to take on the leader, Superfight. From behind the speed and trying to run home is Garincha. Just ahead of him is Air Force Royalty. Theo's Thunder's had a lot of pace ahead of him, but he's not running on as they run to the top of the stretch. They're a quarter of a mile from home. The leader is Superfight. He's on top by 2. Heretical is 2nd. 3 back to Guy's Trip. Theo's Thunder underway while on the far outside. Superfight, the one to beat. Off the turn, 3/16 from home. Superfight roused forward by Meneses to keep it together. He leads by 2.5. Guy's Trip is at the inside. Theo's Thunder closing good ground on the far outside. Superfight has the lead. Far outside, Theo's Thunder is running out of time, but he is gaining good ground. Superfight, Theo's Thunder, Superfight wins. Theo's Thunder second, Guy's Trip third, Garincha 4th in 139-3.
Jackie's Warrior quickly in front here by 2 lengths. Here comes Jackie's Warrior up the inside to take over the lead from Life is Good. And Jackie's Warrior remains undefeated here at Saratoga, and he wins an unprecedented Grade 1 stakes at the Spa for the 3rd straight season.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And they're off. Dreams of My Father away well enough from the outside draw. Not fastest into stride, though. Moving up to take the lead. Last Shall Be First. At the rail, that's Flat Cap, who's not far away. Song So Sweet is emerging between, and Dreams of My Father on the outside. So Song So Sweet leads narrowly. Dreams of My Father is second. Last Shall Be First is third. Up to fourth goes Flat Cap in front of He's a Daredevil, then Antillian, and Ambushed is at the back. Opening quarter complete. Goes to the leader, Song So Sweet, in 25 flat. Leads by 3 parts of a length. Dreams of My Father, the favorite, is there second. Moving out the rail, that's Flat Cap, and in between horses, Last Shall Be First. Red Cap, as He's a Daredevil. Morelos spots him about 4 lengths off the leader. A length and a half in front of Antillian, and the trailer is Ambushed. They went by the opening half mile with Song So Sweet, posting a half mile clocking of 48-3. Leads by half a length. Dreams of My Father is poised to strike second. He's a Daredevil, 3 wide into a joint third. From the back, Ambushed. He's underway trying to circle horses. The trailer is Antillian. The leader is Song So Sweet. To the top of the stretch, Song So Sweet working overtime, still ahead in front. Dreams of My Father is second. He's a Daredevil on the outside. Flat Cap in range while looking for a way through. Far outside, that's Ambushed. His mid-race bid is stalled as Dreams of My Father is starting to get away. Off the turn in the stretch drive, 3/4, 113-1. Dreams of My Father has bid this field a pleasant Friday good afternoon. It's Dreams of My Father by 4, by 5, and still moving away. Trying to hold second, Song So Sweet from He's a Daredevil. Dreams of My Father, a dominant third race winner. Very close for second, either Song So Sweet or a surging He's a Daredevil in 137-2. And they're off. Good start from between horses for Yes I Am Free. Big Louie has speed. Moving out the rail, Rachel's Coach tries to guard that inside spot. That'll tighten 3-0 up for Racing Room. And up on the outside, Fulanito. So Fulanito has now found his feet to take the lead. Yes I Am Free is second. Rachel's Coach is third and angles off the heels of the second horse. 3 better than 3-0. Then back to Nick's Bro. Wide on the course, Salvatore Prince is out kicked early. And Big Louie is last. They speed around the far turn at the 5/16. It's Fulanito in front, 3 parts of a length. Yes I Am Free working harder second. Rachel's Coach in with the shot, 3 wide third. 2.5, 3-0 is fourth. Trying to wind it up from the back is Big Louie, and they're on their way home. Rachel's Coach makes a bid outside of Fulanito. On the far outside, Nick's Bro is closing good ground at a price. 1/8 of a mile to go. Rachel's Coach roused forward here by Jaramillo to have the lead by a length and a quarter. Rachel's Coach has to hold off Nick's Bro, who's launching late. Rachel's Coach, Nick's Bro, Rachel's Coach in front. Rachel's Coach wins by half a length. Nick's Bro second, Fulanito third, 3-0 fourth, 57 flat. They're off. Excellent start from between horses for Derby Effort, who's going to head off for the early advantage. Rogers Park moves over from the high draw, trying to hold a spot between horses. Let's Dance Again. Floating out to the turn, Not Guilty, the early trailer, and tightened up is Money Bouquet. In the run around the first turn, it's Derby Effort, and Marcos Meneses clear by almost 2. Rogers Park is second. Stablemate Not Guilty races on the outside in third. From Let's Dance Again, fourth at the rail, and Money Bouquet is last of the 5. They chase the speed of Derby Effort. 25 seconds for the opening quarter. Derby Effort to the backstretch, leads by a length and a half. Rogers Park is second. 2.5 to Not Guilty, who's racing in third. Getting started 3 wide, Money Bouquet. Holding down the rail is Let's Dance Again. The field of 5 take closer order now, separated by 2.5 lengths in the run to the half-mile point. It's Derby Effort at a big number in front. Second is Rogers Park, pitting up on the outside, Money Bouquet. Held up at the rail, Let's Dance Again, and alongside her is Not Guilty. They went the half in 49-4, and they leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. From the 3 wide side, Money Bouquet is forcing Torres to go on Rogers Park, and Rogers Park obliges to take the lead. Money Bouquet is second, back to third, Derby Effort. Let's Dance Again hunts racing room for Cipriano Gil. On the outside, it's Not Guilty as they reach the top of the stretch. Money Bouquet on the outside. Rogers Park tries to fend her off toward the rail. These two heads apart off the turn through 3/4 in 14-2. Rail opens. Let's Dance Again tries to fire through, then back to Not Guilty. They're 1/8 of a mile from home. It's Rogers Park who has the lead. Money Bouquet launching at her at the rail. It's Let's Dance Again. Late run from Not Guilty. Plenty of hopes here at the 16th pole. The leader, Money Bouquet, at the inside. Let's Dance Again. Far outside, Not Guilty. For the wire, Money Bouquet is the winner. Money Bouquet wins. Second, Let's Dance Again. Third, Not Guilty. Fourth, Rogers Park in 1:44-2.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter,
You've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
And they're off. Race favorite, Lucky Old Sun, blasts off the mark and gets a pretty easy lead, rushing to his flank and on to challenge G Speedy from second. At the rail, that's the Great Oscar into a joint third with Oh What a Day in fourth. Battle Anthem comes away second last, and the trailer is Dancing Bill. The leader is Lucky Old Sun. Lucky Old Sun and jockey Misael Jaramillo on top by a length and a quarter. G Speedy is second. Two back to third in the Great Oscar, who works three ahead of an improving Battle Anthem. Dropping back to fifth is Oh What a Day, and Dancing Bill is last. They speed around the far turn. They went the quarter in 22-2. Lucky Old Sun by a neck. G Speedy tries to go after him second. Back to third. The Great Oscar's in a good spot if good enough. Three better than Battle Anthem, who finds his best ride from fourth, 7 lengths off the lead. G Speedy begins to crack under the pressure. Lucky Old Sun is the leader. To the top of the stretch, it's Lucky Old Sun. He leads by a length and a half from the outside. The Great Oscar. He's the one with the shot at him from second. G Speedy is back to third. They're on their way home. 3/16 from the money. Lucky Old Sun, roused forward by Jaramillo and finding under pressure. Second is the Great Oscar, but he can't get him now as Lucky Old Sun responds to the urging and will win it at 4-5. Lucky Old Sun, he's in front. The Great Oscar is second, 5 ahead of Battle Anthem, who rallied for third. G Speedy is fourth in 1:17 flat. And they're off. Bouquet Princess gets the first call and goes looking for the early advantage from World Traveler, who's away in second. More Than Glory is in between horses and backs off to race a joint third. Burnaway is at the rail, and out in the center is One of One. In the run around the first turn, the leader is Bouquet Princess. She's on top by a length and a quarter. Dropping over to the rail is More Than Glory. Up on her outside, World Traveler. A bit wide to the early turn here is One of One, and dropping to last is the late running Burnaway. The quarter complete in 26 seconds flat. They have less than 6 furlongs to run. It's Bouquet Princess. And Elijah Greenidge on top by a length and a quarter. World Traveler is second. Up on the outside, One of One is now third. More Than Glory fourth at the rail. And trailing the field is Burnaway, but she's not in any hurry at this early stage. And the run to the half-mile point. Bouquet Princess, she carves out the numbers and leads by a length and a quarter. Up on the outside, World Traveler second. One of One is wide on the course and starting to badger the leaders into third. At the rail, it's More Than Glory, and the trailer is Burnaway. They went to half in 50 and 4, and they speed now around the far turn, 5/16 from home. Bouquet Princess lifts the pace and maintains the lead. World Traveler is second. One of One on the outside third. More Than Glory fourth at the rail, and Burnaway will have to giddy up from there as they reach the top of the stretch. A quarter of a mile remains through 3 quarters in 14 and 1. On the inside, Bouquet Princess fights to hold it. Right alongside is World Traveler from second. Up the inside, it's More Than Glory, then One of One. 1/8 of a mile to go. Bouquet Princess is got something more here. She's a 16th out. Now she's 2 on top. They can't get her. It's Bouquet Princess, a 16-1 upset winner. Bouquet Princess and Elijah Greenidge went gate to wire. World Traveler's going to hold on to second. Burnaway third, then One of One and More Than Glory at 143 flat. They're off. And they're off. Good start for Our Pretty Kitty and Miss Marinelle right alongside. So the 2 inside horses begin 1-2. Away third, Special Aviator. Away fourth is Starship Melody. The early trailer is Bouquet Blessing. In the run around the first turn, Miss Marinelle has the inside edge and a half a length advantage over Our Pretty Kitty in second. The other 3 are stacked across the course. Nearest the inside, Special Aviator. 3 wide, Starship Melody. 4 wide at the back, Bouquet Blessing. Opening quarter complete in 24 and 1. They have less than 6 furlongs to go. They're chasing Miss Marinelle, who leads 3 parts of a length. On the outside, it's Our Pretty Kitty in second, 3 wide, Starship Melody third. Special Aviator rides the rail into second last, and the trailer, while dropped over a bit, is Bouquet Blessing. They go to the half-mile point. It's Miss Marinelle. There's no change in the plot here. She leads to the opening half mile by 3 parts of a length. The half mile was 48 seconds flat. Our Pretty Kitty is second, Special Aviator third, still wide on the course, Starship Melody, still at the back, Bouquet Blessing. Separated by 3.5 lengths, 3 furlongs from home, and now Gonzalez asks Miss Marinelle to quicken. She does, and now she's a length and a quarter in front. From the back, Bouquet Blessing splits horses to charge into a joint second. At the rail, Special Aviator, wide and not effective, is Starship Melody. Right there with them is Our Pretty Kitty as they reach the top of the stretch. Still plenty of hopes here, 112 and 1 for 3 quarters. The leader is Miss Marinelle, committed for home on a 2-length lead. An 1/8 of a mile remains. From the inside, Special Aviator, down the center, Starship Melody tries to grind home for a slice, but the favorite has it won. It's Miss Marinelle, making 4 to 5 look like easy money. She strides under the wire with a 5-length win. Starship Melody is up for second, Special Aviator third, then Our Pretty Kitty and Bouquet Blessing, 141 and 3. In the gate. And runners away. Good start for Secret Revenge at the inside Sunset Harbor position forwardly, and Sunset Harbor assumes the narrow lead. Secret Revenge is alongside in second from Top Pocket Pick, who's on the outside. Bon Vivant is patient down toward the rail with the gray Princess Millie out the center. Tap It Smiles is in the blue colors, joining the top flight rivals, 4 better than Whirl of War, and Con Cautela is at the back of the field as they swing to the far turn. 22-3 for the opening quarter, 3 wide Top Pocket Pick, 2 path Secret Revenge at the rail Sunset Harbor. Drafting behind them and looking for a way through is Bon Vivant. On the outside of her, both Princess Millie and Tap It Smiles, then Whirl of War and Con Cautela. They run to the top of the stretch. Racetrack now fed to Bon Vivant. She's fourth and angling. Top Pocket Pick has a narrow advantage, fighting hard at the rail Sunset Harbor. 2 path Secret Revenge, 4 wide Bon Vivant. Off the turn and the stretch drive. The leader, Sunset Harbor. Here comes the stablemate Bon Vivant on the outside, but Sunset Harbor, she still has the lead. Bon Vivant has rallied into second, but her stablemate has her beat. It's Sunset Harbor completing a 1-2 finish for Safi Joseph Jr., a 9-2 winner by 3. Bon Vivant was second. Third, Secret Revenge. Up fourth was Whirl of War, then Top Pocket Pick for the high 5 in 110-2.
That's a wrap on the 9-race Friday card. Back with you on Saturday, 12:50 first post. We've got a good 11-race card featuring the $75,000 Azalea. The 3-year-old filly's going at it, and it is one heck of a renewal. Where are you going to be but Gulfstream Park?